Hello everyone. Yeah, sound didn't come out on this one. I've had to blank it all out due to the fact this Muppet left the radio on, so there's a lot of copyright stuff in the background. So basically I was saying, hello folks, I'm on my way to the Royal Mint. So feel free to join me. Quick little journey over the bridge, see what goodies we can pick up, and we can go from there. So pretty much case now of strap in, hold on, and get going. See you there. Yes, again, like a fool, I left the music on, so there's a lot of copyright stuff going on, so I've had to blank over it and go again. So basically I was saying I've now arrived in one piece, the weather's cleared up. I'm a little bit earlier than anticipated, but now it's a case really of sit around, taking the scenery. I might wander in a little bit early, have a quick nosy, maybe even get a coffee, see how we go from there. But I guarantee I will be spending some pennies. So, see you in a bit. This has been an amazing wander around this factory, absolutely superb. There's a lot here. Unfortunately, when you're in the actual factory area, you can't take any pickies. However, they do let you film pretty much anywhere else. Yeah, we had a young lad called Tom showing us around. Certainly knows his stuff. I think he's done it once or twice in the past. Very helpful, very friendly. Gave us a nice little history rundown on the place. And this is the interesting bit he was talking about. There's a coin here, I believe, that was struck by the Queen. Not too sure which one. There's a couple of sovereigns there. And one there talking about the mint, the move, and some anniversary. And here they got all the play money, and they're talking about D-Day, Decimalisation Day. It's a nice stack of old pre-decimal stuff there. More play money. It's just so people could train up to learn how to use it, really, know what to look out for. And then there's a £1 coin. Don't know what that's doing, sneaking in there. And this particular penny is the one that was struck by the Queen, as it says on the box. As it says, struck by H.M. the Queen at the opening of the Royal Mint, Llantrisant. Awful lot of history in this place, even though this one's only been open for a few years in comparison. I mean, the mint's been around for over 1,000 years, so it's quite amazing, really. Stuff that they've got here on display. And this one is a Henry VII sovereign. One that I don't have in my collection, and I will willingly grab. And I think something many people miss is what is actually on the floor right in front of you. You've got 7 locations: Ottawa, Melbourne, Sydney, London, Bombay, Perth and Pretoria. And what have they all got in common? The sovereign. All locations of the mint or mints where the sovereign has been produced over the years. And the mint don't just create coins for our market, they do it for many, many countries. And these are the flags of most, if not all, of the countries that they've produced for over the years. Obviously it's not a continuous thing, they've probably stopped for a few in the meantime. But since then, carried on with ours. They might drop one country, pick up another. I mean, the Swiss, you'd think they'd have their own mint, wouldn't you? Honduras, Belize, Malawi, Haiti, even Iceland. Iceland you'd think might have his own little mint, or get it maybe from Norway. But it appears that the Royal Mint have done it. We've got Bahrain. We've had a few Bahrain coins over the last couple of years in world coin hunts. Malaysia, Burundi. Absolutely amazing. Even Spain. Be interesting to find out which ones that we've created. I say we, the royal we. The mint have created for the Spanish, because they've got their own mint in Madrid and have done for many, many years. One thing our guide did mention when he was showing us around is the some of the foreign coins that they've produced, and in particular Papua New Guinea. Apparently the hole in the middle for this one is so they can wear it as a necklace, because they didn't have pockets, they didn't have bags or purses or anything like that to carry their money around, so they put it all on vines and wear them around their neck. There you go, useless bit of fact for you. Goes without saying as well, one of the main designers of coins, Christopher Ironside, they've got a nice little display for him. Obviously he designed the back of quite a few of our coins over the years, and obviously he had his own 50p as well. Even more £1 coins. Whole box of them. If you're thinking of anything for Christmas, get me one of these. As well as coins, they do medals. And it's not medals as in just medal coins, but medals as in medals, like that one, the Waterloo medal. I've been wandering around the exhibition now for probably a good 20-25 minutes and I'm not complete. There's a lot here, seriously. If you ever get the chance of coming, give it a go. Have a quick look. What I was showing you just now is inside this little room, and it's like a surround video of how coins are made, and it's very, very interesting. I must have lost about 10 minutes in there watching it 2 or 3 times. Something they did make was the 2012 Olympic medals. Very nice. Right, I am now in my very nerdy element, my other interest, medals. So there are a fair few here on display, and I'm not just talking medals as in medallion coins, I'm talking medals, war medals, campaign medals, absolutely all sorts. So at the top there, where are we? That's the Queen's South Africa medal, for example. Got the General Service medal. Below that, where are we? There. On the right, that's your Air Crew Europe. Those are worth a few quid. Atlantic medal. Pacific. More medal. What on earth they got there on that? Oh, it's the Arctic Star. Okay. Never seen one before. Must be a relatively new issue. But below that you've got the Burma, the Italy, 3945, France, Germany, and the Africa Star. It's all Second World War era. And then down there you've got, working from the left, you've got, that's a 1914 star, the 1415 British War Medal, which is silver, and the Victory Medal. And then you've got many others. Then you've got more modern campaign stuff there. The one on the right is the Falklands Medal, for example. Like I say, this is bringing the nerd out in me. What else have we got? DSC, Military Cross, Air Force Cross, Air Force Medal. There you've got George Cross and I think that's the Conspicuous Gallantry Medal, I think. And then down there you've got Jubilee medals. And then you go on to what can you describe really as medallions. I don't really call these medals. I don't go for these sorts of things, but they are interesting all the same. And then over here, you've got, I think that one on the left and the center one, they're both, it's either MBE or OBE, you can never tell, remember the difference. The one on the left is for basically male, for hanging on a jacket. And the one on the right and the bow, that's for a female. And then over this side, you've got, which one is that? I'm not too sure. But that one on the left with the blue central line on it. That's the Imperial Service Medal. That's still being issued today because I know somebody's received it. And there's the Arctic Medal. Absolutely fascinating. Here we go. There's a piece here on one of their little displays about the Arctic Medal. Apparently, where are we? Yeah, it's issued for people that served and sailed and such in Arctic convoys north to northern Russia. It says their Arctic veterans had long felt that their efforts should be recognised with a specific medal, and in 2013, as a result of their campaigning, the government agreed to issue the Arctic Star. So that is another one I'm going to have to get from my little collection. You even get a chance to try and put your hand through that hole and lift up the gold bar. Well, my wrists and my fingers, I've got no chance, so that ain't going anywhere. A few months ago I did a video on I think it was a silver bar now, Una and the Lion. Well, this is the original design by William Wyon from 1839. And it's actually a 5 sovereign piece. Very nice. There we go, folks. The nearest we're ever likely to get to, well, the only real 1933 penny. And this, folks, is an Edward VIII pattern sovereign from 1937. It says underneath, this incredibly rare coin is worth a lot more than a normal sovereign. The Royal Mint produced a series of trial pieces before Edward VIII famously abdicated. There you go. Trying to get some decent light on it. Here we go. Oh. Someone's left another box of £1 coins lying around. Oh well, if they say the shop's short of change, then they were to come. They got some other miscellaneous coins dotted around in this display for different reasons. And one of them, it's supposed to be a 1797 cartwheel penny. Well, I've got 2 or 3 and they are in far, far better condition than that one. That is virtually smooth, which is sad. Maybe I'll offer them one of mine. This is all the Monday monies with the little leather wallets. What dates have we got on some of these? Can't quite work them out. Sadly, that 4pence in the bottom right packet in the bottom right corners got some wicked tarnishing on it. They're all Elizabeth II coins. And there, where are we? There we go. You got the obverse of the Charlies. Well, this was an interesting little display. It says up there, money and music, how many songs can you think of about money or coins? And then it says, from AC/DC's Money Talks to Oasis using the £2 coin edge inscription for their album, and so on. And you come down and there's some coins there with what looks like Brian May on it. That's one of his plectrums, and a pile of sixpences, because he famously uses sixpences as a plectrum. And right next to it, you've got Angus Young sat on an amp on the back of a 50p, Money Talks. And there's Oasis with the £2 coin edge inscription for an album cover, standing on the shoulder of giants. yeah, you're pretty much in danger of missing something. If you're too busy looking at one wall, you take a corner and then you suddenly realise you've missed a wall with some information or a display. So I've just done a second walkthrough and I found one or two that I hadn't seen, so might be here for a while yet. Right, I am now pretty much done. Those are the doors, takes you back out to the shop and where you part with even more money. Happy days. See you in a bit, folks. Yep, I took my mic off like a fool. It's one of those days, having too much fun. But along with that, I also spent a boatload of cash. So I'll be going through all that bag of goodies when I get home. But this is a great place to be if you ever get a chance. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Cheers all. Right then folks, I'm home, I've been fed and watered, nice good cup of coffee did the trick and a pasty just to keep me going. Right, quick recap on the day. Left very early in the morning from Bristol, took me too long to get over to South Wales because of roadworks. When I got there, brilliant staff, loved the lot of them, they were really helpful. Right. Goodies that I picked up, as you can see. Got myself 2 strike your owns, and these are the Monopoly ones. Well, clearly it says so on the packaging, but these are the ones that you won't get anywhere else. You have to go to the mint to get them. Now when I turned up, I was the only one. There's another couple turned up. They joined me on the 10 o'clock stroll, and it was quite a sort of personal tour that way. It wasn't sort of a large crowd, and we all got ourselves a strike your own. And there's a few people that turned up around the same time as myself, but they only arrived just for the coin. They weren't there for the tour, the experience, nothing. So they got their coin and disappeared off. Now I was looking at this just now and it looks fine until you look a bit closer. Now with these, they do pop out, so hopefully I can show you what I'm trying to get at. Can you see any ghosting around the edge? It's that impression, but in reverse. So where you've got 50 pence there on the right hand side, if I flip it over, it becomes 50 pence in reverse around there, and you can see the rest of the Di Grazia yada yada down this side, and that applies to both coins. Now I've literally just noticed it as I was setting up to record this. Couldn't see it with the naked eye at the time, but yeah, they're both like it. So whether that's technically a die error, I don't know. I suppose it is. Come on, focus. Thank you. I don't know if you can see the same thing there. There you go. I'm trying to catch the light on it. Exactly the same thing. But yeah, these ones, they're not going to be put into circulation. They're not going to be offered out to be bought online. You literally have to rock up to Llantrisant and pay your pennies. So if anybody else has been and they've got these, have a closer look. Let me know in the comments. Have yours, or has your single one, depending on how many you bought, have you got any ghosting on it? That'd be interesting. Now these cost me, what, £7.50 or so, nearly £8 each. And a quick check online just now on eBay, they're already changing hands for 20 to 25 quid, which, Yeah, I appreciate that, you know, you can't get them normally, so it is a case really of getting them how and where and when you can. Another thing I did treat myself to, now this is boring for most, it's a lanyard. Now, where I work, I go to different places, conferences, I've been in different departments within the department I work for, different sub-departments, and we've all got our own brand, shall we say, on lanyards. One of mine just says security, government security. So there's a few others. I'm just trying to have a quick look. Yeah, I got different conferences hung up at the moment, so I got myself another one, and it says on the back, made from recycled plastic. Now that is something that the mint, part of the experience, should you manage to get over there and, you know, go around and have a look, they're big, very big on their recycling, and that includes things like old phones, computer parts, that sort of thing. They basically reclaim the gold and other elements from all the parts. So I'm not really surprised that's made from recycled goodies. Now, I didn't intend to spend as much as I did. Yeah, that's a bit of a clue. Now, the Royal Mint also do not just the strike your own. They've got a shop. You might have seen earlier a quick video montage of some of the things on display. They do an annual set of £5 coins. This one is the Welsh one, so you've got the leek and the daffodil. You've got the Northern Ireland one, so you've got your shamrock, and I'm going to show my ignorance, a blue flower. Then you've got the English one, so you've got what I think should be a rose, looks like a rose, and the acorns. And then the Scottish one, thistle, and I think they're bluebells. So each one is unique to the year. On the back, England 2025, so 7,500. That one, Scotland 2025. I haven't opened the packaging up yet, but I'll do that at some point. I'm not going to do it today, there's just so much going on in this video. But when you get those, you can also part with an extra few pennies and get the combined one, the Four Nations version. So you've got the 4 animals, 4 mythical creatures, rather than the plant life. And again, same thing on the back, 2025. So these I think started coming out, I want to say in 22 or 2023. But again, you have to go to the mint shop to actually get them. You cannot buy them anywhere else unless someone goes in, buys 2 or 3 and sticks them on eBay, but that's cheating. But again, these were 20 something pounds each, so yeah, there's a couple of quid's worth in that little bundle. That lot was £7.5, £8 each, and the lanyard was only a few quid, so I wasn't too worried about that. But the thing that I was gutted about, that I still had to pay for, when you get these country sets, because they're in base proof as well, by the way, they're not normal BU. So as you can see, probably better on that one, slightly frosted on the raised parts and mirrored on the reverse, but it's base rather than being fancy, sort of silver, that sort of thing. So what really gutted me was you can store these in their own little box, but you've got to pay £1.50 for the privilege. I thought, there's no price on the wall. So I said to the guy, I said, do these come as a part of the set, or have you got to pay extra? Oh, he said that's £1.50 extra. And I thought, wow, I'm already paying over 125 quid for this little lot. chuck it in. So I got myself a box as well to store them in. At least I won't go losing them too quickly anyway, so that's something. Anyway, that is really just a quick recap of the day. It was a long day in the end, a lot of driving, just myself, radio on to keep myself company, as you probably noticed at the beginning, and when I arrived at the Mint, I had to cut all the sound and dub over the top because this twit forgot to turn the radio down, so there's a lot of music playing in the background. It was bad enough walking around the Royal Mint itself trying to record stuff. There was a lot of music going on in the background that you might have heard. Hopefully it won't give me some sort of strike or anything. If it does, I'm stuffed on trying to get monetized, but hey ho, the way things are going at the moment, that's never going to happen anyway. So all I can say is the day out, absolutely brilliant, well worth it if you can get there. Try and go with somebody else, 2 or 3 people. It's a good bit of fun. The exhibition at the end is quite long. They say give yourself half an hour or so. It took me nearly an hour, and I think I still missed bits. The staff there, like I say, very, very friendly, very helpful, and it's a great little place to go. The cafes there as well. Reasonably priced coffee, to be honest, not too bad. So that is it really, folks, from me. Get yourself over to Llantrisant, that's all I can say. Well worth it. So on that note, I'll love you and leave you. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click that like, leave a comment, especially a comment if you've got any of these strike your owns, whether it's the Monopoly ones or not. If you've got any extra impression on the face of the coin. And I will catch you lovely folks next time. Till then, take care. Cheers all.